Next kingdom is Kingdom Plantae. Now, just by hearing the name, you can easily conclude that this kingdom includes all the land plants. You see a variety of plants around you. So, in this video, we discuss about these varieties of plants. Here are some characteristics of plants which differentiate them from other kingdoms. Plants are eukaryotic, means their cell has well-defined nucleus with nuclear membrane and cell organelle. Cell organelle are the bodies which are present in the fluid of cell. Plants are made up of more than one cell, so they are multicellular. Some plants unicellular also, like Chlamydomonas and Chlorella, and both are the examples of algae. So we can say that Chlamydomonas and Chlorella both are unicellular algae. Plants are photosynthetic, means they can prepare food in the presence of sunlight. That's why they are known as autotroph, because they prepare food by their own. Some plants are heterotroph also. Examples of heterotrophic plants are dodder, which is commonly known as akashbel, and rafflesia. Both are parasitic plants. Some plants are carnivores also, means they fulfill their requirement of nutrients by trapping the insects, like sundew, pitcher plant, Venus flytrap. These plants fulfill the requirements of nitrogen from the insects. The cell wall of plants are made up of cellulose. Plants are broadly classified as non-flowering plants and flowering plants. Non-flowering plants do not bear flowers, where flowering plants have flowers. Non-flowering plants are further classified as algae, mosses, fern, and cone-bearing plants. And the flowering plants are close-seeded plants, and they are further divided into monocot and dicot plants. First, we discuss about the non-flowering plants by comparing algae and mosses first. Both are simplest land plant. Algae grow in aquatic habitats in water. You can see in the figure the layer of algae form above the water surface, whereas mosses grow in the moist surfaces like on the surface of the tree and the surface of the moist wall. Algae may be unicellular or multicellular, but mosses are multicellular. Algae do not have true stem, roots and leaves. Mosses also do not have true stem, leaves and roots, but it contains a leaf-like, stem-like and root-like structure. Mosses and algae both contain chlorophyll, so they are green in color, but some algae are red or brown in color, but mosses always found in green color. Now come to the next non-flowering plants is fern. Ferns are both aquatic or land plants. They are found in water as well as land also. They prefer to grow in a shady and damp places. Ferns have true root, stem and leaves, means we can easily differentiate their leaves, stems and roots. Ferns reproduce by spores, means we can produce a new plant by spores. Here we can see a brown circular structure on the surface of the leaf, and this structure is known as spores. And the next is cone bearing plants. If we are talking about a cone bearing plant, The first example comes in our mind, that is Christmas tree. Children, you all see the Christmas tree. Do you find any flower or fruits on it? No, it does not produce flowers or fruits, but they produces cone. So that's why it is cone bearing plant. Some other examples of cone bearing plants are cypress, pine, fir, cedar. All these plants produces cones, and you will find the seed between these cones. And these seeds are not covered by fruit, so they are called naked-seeded plants. The next is close-seeded plants. Close-seeded plants are flowering plants. They are most advanced plants which bears true flowers. Flower is the main reproductive organ of the plant, and the seeds produced by the flower are enclosed in the fruit. These plants are of two types, monocot plants and dicot plants. Here are some differences to understand monocot plants and dicot plants. Monocot plants have one cotyledon. Cotyledon is the first leaf or a set of leaves that sprout from the seed, whereas dicot has two cotyledons. The roots of monocot plants are fibrous. Fibrous means the roots of same size and length, whereas in dicot plants there are taproot. In taproot, tap is the main root that grow the straight down deep in the soil, and the few lateral roots are arise from the taproot. We can see here in the diagram that monocot has fibrous roots and dicot has taproot. In monocot plants, the arrangement of veins on the lamina of leaf are parallel, so they have parallel venation, whereas in dicot plants, the veins of a leaf are in reticulate, so they shows reticulate venation. In monocot plants, the floral part is the multiple of 3. Here we can see a 3 petals, and in dicot plant the floral part are the multiples of 4 or 5.